Namaste and welcome from Chidambaram in Tamil Nadu in India. I'm very happy to be here again with my friend Mr. Shah, who's the head of the palm library, and that I'm able to ask him many questions about the palm leaves that I think will also be interesting for you. So welcome, Mr.
Vanakkam, sir. Vanakkam.
Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.
And today I want to start you by asking about your training to become a translator, not just a translator, basically an organizer, and you facilitate all of the work with the palm leaves. In your training, what were the most challenging aspects to learn translating and working with the palm leaves?
So for me, this is a nice question. So for me, starting to be as a translator in the beginning, it was quite a difficult part and difficult role for me. So even though I was graduated in literature, English literature, for me translating a Tamil literature, because the palm leaf is connected to the Tamil literature. So to translate a poetic version and Tamil literature versions towards as a translation, even for me being as a master degree in graduation in English literature, it's quite difficult because most of the time as the readers used to help us. So some words we were struggling. This word is very unique for me to translate. We might be stuck to translate. At that time, they will be helping. Sometimes the readers help with their knowledge, explaining in different way of Tamil. Because there are two sort of Tamil. Nowadays we speak a colloquial language of Tamil, and there is an ancient Tamil which is written in the palm leaf connected to Grantha. And it is in a grammatical form, poem with a grammatical form, and also with some essence. There is some kind of essence, some words which makes the sentence, the verses beautiful. So to translate it, it's quite difficult. Sometimes at the beginning of the translation we used to skip, or we used to stuck. We doesn't know the right word, how we should express that or how to deliver that. So at that time they used to train us. So from different readers or Swamijis or Gurujis, it took for me also around 2 years to accommodate connected. But as a role for me, it was very responsibility role because of my bad translations or wrong translation, the essence and the right message should not be wrong for the client. So in the client perspective, I was thinking, so I need to give the right sentence or the right meaning, which was written by the Maharishi in that sense. In what sense or in what meaning they wrote the palm leaf in guiding the person for the seeker. So it was a very challenging, a kind of inner feeling will be there when I was translating in the beginning of my career at 2009. So whether I'm doing right or this is the right meaning. After translation, after completion of the translation also, I might be having a doubt whether this point should be translated in this way. So it should be translated in this way. Like the assumption might be there. That's a kind of feeling. But when I ask after every reading, when I ask Guruji, I think because they also understand quite English, not fluently they talk, but they understand. I used to clarify myself that I did right, so I translate word right. I used to clarify with the meaning. This is the word you told, and I translate in this way. So this is the right way. Yes, they say, okay, this is fine. This is. Sometimes it happens. So they used to tell, oh, you might be told like this. It should be also like this. So it took for me 1.5 years to 2 years for me, I think, to accommodate with this message. So it is not an easy, so we should not think that it could be a professor, it could be a teacher, because I was a teacher at that time. It could be a scholar who used to translate the Tamil version in the beginning. Maybe my experience, few months also they may take to accommodate with this palm leaf content of Tamil to translate from Tamil to English.
So it's also a big pressure, no? As a translator.
It's a pressure. It's of course it's a big pressure because it's someone's life. Someone's life. A kind of inner feeling will be going. So we should not we done any wrong or any mistake in our translation, it may affect the quality of the reading or the meaning of the reading in a wrong way. Of possibilities is that. So we have a big responsibility, and we are very sure. So we need to deliver the message in the right way, or the right message. We should not take or deviate by our English knowledge or the experience in a wrong way, beside the view of Maharishis on the seeker. So in that way, there's a big responsibility and the pressure also is there.
And probably there are also many things that can't be translated one-to-one from Tamil into English, is that right? Sometimes that the words are
not so easy. So we can translate most of the part we can translate, but some part of the Tamil we can't deliver as it is, as direct form. We need to address it in an indirect form. Will be there. For example, I can tell in Tamil. So we call in Tamil Kadiron. Kadiron means it's a Tamil word, not we call it in Tamil like Suryan means sun. Like Kadiron also sun, but in an ancient Tamil language, Kadiron connected. So when we say Ra Kadiron, Ra means there is two meanings. Ra means night, or Ra means no. So when we are addressing a Ra Kadiron, we should be very careful, because we should not mean that Kadiron means here sun. Ra means no, no sun, night sun. So we need to understand like this. If it is night sun means we should not tell it is a sun, it is a moon. Yes. It's night time, it's a moon. Or no sun means also, if there is no sun means of course, obviously there is a moon. So we need to understand this meaning in that sense. So we should not make mistake directly. It's not, we can't translate it as direct form. So we need to understand the prefix, sometimes the suffix, what it says. The sentence is written in a poetic version. So they wanted to make that sentence beautify. That's why the Ra Kadiron means we are giving the moon as important like a sun, like a Ra Kadiron. So night sun is a moon connected. So why it is means sometimes moon related to beauty, it's softer energy. But the Maharishi wanted to tell it in a Ra Kadiron means to make that feminine energy to be brave, could be. Giving the importance for that sentence as a stronger feeling for the moon, like a brave like a sun, or lightning and lightning like a sun connected.
And also I can imagine that when there are events described in the PalmLeaf which are heavy or negative, that it's sometimes not so easy to translate also, no?
Because yes, very, because personally when we do a kind of translations, the readers used to stuck at first. We can see their faces, their expressions, their feelings. So when they are delivering the same feelings, when we taking that into our mind, sometimes we need to process in that to deliver. Sometimes it's very hard and very difficult to tell some kind of negative circumstance, for example, related to the family members' death or their death aspects connected, or some kind of way. We know that something is happening bad. It's at first it hurts for us before we deliver that message to the client. So we might be stuck in what sense the client will receive it or how to deliver. But we need to be very honest and loyal for the work, for the versus the material work. Somehow we need to tell that information to them as a precaution, to be aware, to avoid that problem. But at the same time, we need to be very careful. We should not harm them or in any sense or feel them as wrong or bad connected. But at the same time, we need to deliver that message to understand the meaning and how there are some remedies, how they can use that remedical part to overcome their blockages or struggles. It could be, for example, something happened for the kids. It's very personal for the parents. If something is happening in the kids due to some doshas and a karmic block, it affects us as painful. So at that time, for us also, when we are taking that message towards the client, to convey for us also is a very painful. So it could be a very suffering part. Might be sometimes the client wanted to live with a partner, so they are very fond and lovable with the partner, very strong feeling. But sometimes the message is that they are in situation of a separation. So it is very hard to convey that there is some situations or chances and possibilities are there to separate. So for them, it is to accept is very hard, and for us, we know that the the seeker is very fond of the partner and the husband, or the husband is fond of the partner and the wife. So when we deliver this such kind of message, it also hurts us because they are loyal, they are good. So we would like to help them, but we couldn't.
Yes.
Some things. So at the time we need to tell that message. And after that, the remedial part can work out. Because the karma is an individual person's. Sometimes one person is like to continue in the relationship, another person would like to move the relationship. It's very difficult. We can work on the remedies, but it can help design when the two energies can combine to help a mutual understanding to lead a life in the future. If they wanted, one would like to continue, another would like to submit, there is a chances of separation having possibilities will be. To convey this message is a very hard part.
Yes. Now there are also the remedies and the palm leaves, which can help with certain challenges, but not with all of them. The predictions in the palm leaves, do they already assume that someone does all the remedies, or that they don't do it? So basically, if someone does the remedies, then it will happen like described, or if they don't do it, then it will happen as described.
As described, this is also the right question some clients is to ask. So we need to know this in a different practical way. So when you are going to a doctor, when you are having a health issues or troubles connected, so when the doctors diagnose you to tell you these are the problems, it doesn't mean it's related to the Western connected. It could be any kind of medicine, natural alternative. So when you receive that healing, it could be the energy healing, alternative healing, natural healing, Ayurvedic healing, or modern treatment of healing. So when you receive the healing, and when you apply that in your life only, it can heal you, it can be changing your life and be there. It is not that only when you listen it heals everything. So most of the people thinks in that way also, chances is that. So after the reading is good, they are okay, if everything is fine. If there is bad, they take into the obvious and wrong. But they need to apply the remedies also. So there is also solution. That was the most important part also in the palm leaf, because the Maharishi not only written the palm leaf for the guidance for the people to look after the future, to be an aware, to create an awareness for the man for their future journey, but also there is some kind of remedial part where there is troubles or negativity to overcome. Also written remedies. The remedies plays a vital role to change a life for the people. That's what the karma. So we need to clean the karma. The karma plays a vital role, a big role in the family. We need to clean the karma and the doshas. Then sometimes the planetary impacts also today's energies affecting chances are there. That is also in advance, the Maharishis knew it by their called wisdom and the jnana. They wrote about this time this person will have this kind of problems, and these are the solutions, the medicines. So we need to apply the medicines. We need to take the medicines. So then only it can be improved in our life. Then reaching our success or wisdom or salvations or achievement, what are the success which you have to? If they have not done the remedies, what are the prescribed, the troubles, it can be experiencing chances are. Yes.
I remember when I had my first reading with you, actually, I was very motivated to read remedies. I was so focused on them. And then I had another reading a year later or so, also with you, from a different Rishi, with the Rishi Bohar. And somehow doing the remedies was very hard for me. And it took me, I think, 2 years to complete that.
Mm-hmm.
What could be a reason that, in one reading it's so easy, and in another reading it feels like a blockage to even do the remedies?
So it depends upon our aspects, as we mentioned, the karma and the dosha and the planetary blocks, and what is the remedial part for what sense you are working, you're healing. Because sometimes the kids, we need to take it to the kids when they are in a college, when they are focusing on their studies and focusing on the remedial part. This is an aspect of knowledge. It is a divine to give it for their kids. It is an easier path for them to complete. So when we do the remedies for, especially for personal life related to marriage and relationship, it usually take a longer time for the healing and cleaning, according to my perspective and the experience which I got in this panel. The reason because fixing the remedial part and cleaning the karmic block is not only yours personal, individual connected, you're cleaning your individual. Sometimes the family incarnation or family blockages or marriage blockages, relation, you're also cleaning your karmic block connected relationship block and also your soulmate, your partner. So you have an access, a complete access, a full access of you, but sometimes when you also do the rituals for your partner to be good with you, to have a soul connected partner relationship, it can take a longer period for healing or cleaning that blocks, karmic block connected in our life. So it is a predestined. So you need to be born this kind of life, this kind of marriage, or sometimes a sannyasa life. Some life there's a destiny is there. To change the destiny may take a longer period than usual. But we need to be more faith and confidence with that what we are doing. So sometimes it is easier. For example, when you are doing for the spiritual reasons, energy to get some kind of connectivity, it is easier would be that. So sometimes when we make have bigger ambition, it depends upon also I think related to our need and ambitious base. The remedies part also takes some kind of time to fix it because it makes not only to fix that and bring the solution, it also prepares us. So changing us. So it is a changing situation, transformation situation. I see.
Thank you. So it depends on what kind of karma we have.
Oh yes, it depends upon what kind of karma we have connected. So,
and you also mentioned the doshas. The doshas are the karmic blockages, is that right?
Right.
And it said there are many different types of doshas, is that true? And how are they related also to the sun prince?
So the Rishis, when they started to write the palm leaf, they had a kind of deeper knowledge, wisdom about the future universe. They calculate. There is a calculation within them in their mind by their jnana called wisdom. So how the planetary, the revolution, the rotations, and how the universal birth may happen, and how the birth may happen for an individual soul. So this person, this soul will be born in this family at first, the family root, and he will be born as a male or feminine, or this characteristics, or this kind of blockage. He already decided or had a vision or channeling, and he writes about the people. With that, this is the thumbprint category he might be born. Everything is predestined. So the destiny applies first. How the destiny forms for an individual since because by our previous life karma. So each individual soul to be born as a human, born with some sort of karma. So how it calls means if you don't have karma, we would not be able to born as a human life. So we might be born like connected to be a sages or divine life connected. There is no life further according to the Hindu law connected. So if we clean all the karma, if there is still karma, we be born as a human. So there are different incarnations, and in human we see in Hinduism 7 incarnations, 7 lives connected. So this each incarnation makes our life improvement. So from the first incarnation or first life, the second life, clean the karma, better improvement. From second to third improvement. At the seventh life, as a human, we reach almost a kind of purity to the goodness or all sort of enjoyment, endurance in this life enjoyment. Then we go for the enlightenment liberation. For that, we need to do some kind of good work or good karma connected. And based on karma only, the block dosha. So this is the karma which you have taken past life, you have done, and these are the dosha. So if you do the personal life, marriage life karma in the past life, this life the marriage blockages like Mangali dosham, Sarpa dosham, Sarva dosham, or Kudumba dosham will be there. If you do connected to the enemies connected impact in the past life, some kind of cheating, in this life some kind of reverse, like kind of vengeance or reverse. In this life, the karma has like the vengeance to take it in this life to reveal to affect you. So it is connected to Satru dosham or some kind of blocks from the enemies, jealousy chances. There is also block connected to Putra dosham. So why it is we call in Hinduism like a Putra dosham is Putra means it's a kind of prosperity. It's kind of also virtue by our goodness. we see in a different angle in Indian culture connected. If someone doesn't have a child, they have a kind of blockages, or they have some kind of karma, stronger karma that they couldn't able to have. But we should understand not only in that way. So we should also understand it in a broader sense, because they might be having a kind of a spiritual path or connected or different path to in their life. They stop or they doesn't want it to have it. It is also a kind of block. Even though they feel that they doesn't want you to have a child in a Western way, Western people think mentality, or they wanted to dedicate life for the society and spirituality. But even though it is a kind of block connected as a father, because in this life they didn't expect to be as a mother or to be as a father. This is a block, putra dosha. So this kind of block, this is predestined. To clean that blocks and the karma, which is already destined, we are doing the remedial measures by the towards the heaven God connected to clean, to make our life improvement, to experience that. So remove the marriage block to get married, remove the putra dosha to have the child. So to fulfill our wish, the need, the palm leaf helps a lot.
We mentioned these 7 incarnations. Are these 7 stages, and could you have like hundreds of incarnations in these 7 stages, or it's actually 7 lives?
No, according to the Hindu mythology only it says as 7 human lives, but the lives of a human is not only as a 7 as connected, because there are different incarnations we come across. So this is what the Maharishis and sages says connected. So we born as a grass, we born as a plant, tree, insect, or some creatures, animals, birds. Then we take as a human being. Then we be as a sadhu, saint, and then we became as an angel, like a saint. So this is like that. The progress is like incarnation according to the Maharishi's view towards life. So there are 84,000 of species in this life. That means all people come across this species or the life. That means we may take more lives, this more than 100, more than 1,000. But according to the Vishnu's message of version, there are 84,000 of species in the world. So we come across 84,000 of lives. But as a human, we know some kind of sages mentioned there are 7 lives. For example, the saint Tiruvallur says in his verses, Yerumai Yerubirappum Ulluval Tangan Viruman Todakumam Natpu. So for the friendship he mentioned as a verse, there are 7 lives or 7 incarnations. In this 7 incarnation, what is the best part means to be having a friend, to be good friend, to be loyal to the friend. So that if the friendship bond is beyond of all, it is very treasury or very unique is friendship in this 7 lives. So like that he portrayed. So we know from the sages there are some human lives of 7.
And after those 7 lives, there's a possibility of moksha, liberation?
It depends. It is not obviously we think that all people will get the moksha after the 7 life. It depends upon the good karma and bad karma. So we need to evaluate. It's a judgment day. It's all there is some uniqueness in different religions. There is a judgment day. In Hinduism also there is a judgment day. Based on the good karma only we have the possibility, whether we have the possibility to reach the moksha or to go for the different worlds to experience some kind of suffering and pain or punishment. Then we change. The soul has the possibility. There is some kind of work or homework that we need to do to make it good, and then we transfer towards the moksha. Like that the message is coming.
Thank you. And you just mentioned this beautiful poem by one of the Rishis. Can you tell us a little bit more about certain different Rishis, for example, the Rishi Bohar, their lives, their teachings?
So there are 18 Maharishis. All Maharishis have some uniqueness in their life, unique ability, uniqueness in their life. So the first and foremost Maharishi we worship like Agatya, but he is usually called as Agatyan, in the past Agatyan. So why is his name is like Agatya? Means he's called like one of the child of also Shiva. Shiva's adopted child or blessed child like Agatya. He is a child of Tamil. So our language is Tamil. He's called the father of Tamil, the child of Tamil. Like that his title is. he was believed that he born from a kumbham. Kumbham means like a kalasha kumbham, or he also believed that he born in the family of the pot maker, pottery maker family. There is a different stories about them is related to Agastya. This is how he was born. But also there is a message. Agastyan was born from the Jnana, that means the light of the third eye. He born from the third eye of Lord Shiva. So he born for the Tamil to preserve the language of the Tamil and to spread the language worldwide, like the message of the stories and message about Agastya. A is the first letter in Tamil, and In is the last letter in the Tamil. So beginning and the end. So Agastya is called as the beginning and the end of the Tamil. So he's connected. So he is called that he grew up taking a Tamil milk. So it's like this. He grew up taking the Tamil milk. Tamil is language. So they wanted to portray the language of Tamil because it has a strong grammatical part, vertical part, essence, structure. So that he needs to take in the form of toward the spiritual path to help the people. So it's an enlightened master. He's a foremost master. Then he trained other Maharishis. For example, Gorakar is the Sishya, or the follower of Agastya. So there are Maharishi like Pulipani. So the second Maharishi, I can tell the interesting story related to Idekada Maharishi. Ide means middle. So, but he's like one of the youngest Maharishi. Idekada is one of the youngest Maharishi. During the centuries back, he was living in a very remote village. But always he was doing some kind of dhyana, meditation. He got some kind of enlightenment in his young age itself. But the villagers see Idekaran Maharishi in a different way. Whatever he's doing, they say he's a crazy man. He's a mad, he's crazy like that. So once the people were starving. So they were starving. So for food and all. At that time, he was collecting the foods and he was saving the foods under the cow dung. It's the different in India because they take the cow dung with a straw connected and also they make a kind of, we call as a rati, and they paste it on the wall. So kind of usually, then they used it for fire burning. So what it did, he has taken the grains, different grains, he was collecting different parts and he was putting inside it and was pasting in the wall. So every home, in the villages he went, every home, and he was pasting on the wall. The people were thinking, why this guy is doing very crazy things like this, connected. And he was grazing the goat and cow. There are some leaves which grow only on the summer season. So that leaves usually the goat and cow didn't eat. But he was training to eat it. He was forcing, he was training. Then again the people thought that why they are doing like this? They are not eating it, you should give some other leaves for feeding. But he was training that goat and cow to eat that leaves connected. So why these two incidents, there are three incidents is there. During the rainy time, there was a big flood. The people couldn't able to go out. At that time, what happened? The flood is flowing around the village, and the cow dung which was placed with the grains, it was coming out and it was traveling around the sea path, flowing as a river for every home. So they are collecting it, they are taking it, washing it, and they are cooking. So it is a kind of intuition, innovative it had in advance, this wisdom for him to help the people. So he knew that there may be flood in the future, and at that time the people will be suffering. So he needs to help them. So he's not concerned about him, but also the people, the villagers connected. And when the villagers were happy during the summer season, the animals like cow and goats are facing challenges to find the right food for them. And he was training the cow and the goat to feed them the leaves which was grown especially on the summer season. So at that time, no proper grass or other plants. He was taking that and he's feeding. The people was saying, "Oh, this is might be an innovative of Viddeo." So how he knew advanced that this kind of suffering or starving or scarcity will come, and was giving for the cow. And we used to take the milk, cow milk and the goat milk to feed it. So it is a beneficial for the cow by this grass, and it is beneficial for the people. And the Navagrahas, 9 planets, wanted to check Idekada's ability. Once they went as a human form towards the Idekada Maharishi, and he knew that by intuition that there were 9 persons, Navagraha, the gods came to his home to test him. So usually Rahu, Ketu in ancient time were together. So they were doing big troublesome connected, because Saturn is the impact which gives trouble. Of course, also in Indian Vedic, Rahu and Ketu also plays a vital role, gives more impact, more troubles connected. So he changed that position from Rahu towards the seventh energy. Seventh he changed. While they are sleeping, he was taking the Rahu and he was shifting as a human. So it was shifted. The energy shifted, the planet energy shifted by Rahu Ketu. So the impact made less for the people. So this is by
you saying he actually moved the whole invisible planet.
Yes. So from Rahu Ketu only, it's called energy planet, energy connected. They changed that energy as a god. They changed. So the energy changed towards the universe to be good. So he wanted to make the universe or the whole universe to be good, happy. So less suffering, not so much troubles and suffering. Less suffering will be the impact of Rahu Ketu, 1.5 years. So if it is coming together 1.5 years and 1.5 years, as 3 years, not good. So he changed it 1.5 years. After a few years, again 1.5 years by the Ketu. So this is like an innovative intuition made by Viddeo and Maharishi.
So the Rishis basically had many paranormal powers, right?
Yes, because our Indian culture, we consider the Maharishis and Rishis as next to God. So sometimes by the stories and history which we learned, we know that sometimes they were being as an advisor, like a teacher for the gods itself. So when they are young age, because the gods has a different incarnation. During the incarnations, the god has given the Rishis has given some teachings, being as a teacher for the gods like them. Connected. In North part also, so we can see there are the Maharishis, Vedavyasa, Vishwamitra, and Vasishtha connected. In South part also we can see sometimes Agastya giving the advices for the gods. So this could be the solutions we can do like this. And also Birugu Maharishi is very angry Maharishi called, given the helps and the advices for the Vishnu Bhagavan. So Vishnu connected. So like that we can see.
And what do you think, why did the Rishis write the palmleaves, and also how? Do you think they wrote them all by themselves, or they had some telepathic powers with which they wrote the palmleaves?
This is also a very important, nice question to tell the clients. The Rishis had some kind of intuition wisdom, because by the deeper meditations. So not the meditation connected to like nowadays we do 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, but which we can learn from the stories from our ancestors. They did the meditation for many years. So it's unimaginable. So 100 years or 500 years, they had a very stronger boon, the blessing. So they got the kind of vision of God or the boon of the God indirect, and they blessed, and they got the power from the divine God, what they wanted to. So they had a kind of jnana dristhi, kind of wisdom and wisdom power to write, to look into the planets, to look into the future of the people. They wanted to help this universe somehow. So at that time they had an innovative to write, but at that time there is no much material. So they tried in a different way. At the beginning they used to write on the rocks and the stone, some poems. So on the Stone Age. So they used to write on the stones. It took a long part for them to carve to the message. It is not only they wrote about the power for the people, or so different culture, religious aspect, and mantras, some messages about the different topics of the kings, also the future. They wrote in a different way. In the there's sometimes this culture we can see in the temples in India, and then they transferred towards connected to copper. They used to write on the iron plate or copper plate somehow for the carving. It took also for them a longer part. Then they had a kind of for messages. It could be if we write on the palm leaf, it could be beneficial. We can able to preserve it for the future. So they made took the palm leaf. They made some oil. It's called indoors and it's called as a peacock oil. Nowadays we oil the coconut oil, other oils are used for preservation connected. And they wrote at the beginning. They used to write in a different form, so connected to we can say blood materials also, blood of the animals or blood of the birds also. And also the electron was also carved. It is called illuthani. So illuthani means a writing tool like a needle. So they used to write. So usually we used to hold pen like this or like this, but they used to hold like this. They used to, it's very hard.
Yes.
So they used to write. They wanted to be very careful that they didn't write the lines, verses in a straight line according to the message, and we should not damage the leaf. So in Tamil we have Mayerth. Mayerth means dot letter. So even though we have dot letter, the dot letters are not given
because they could damage
in the leaf. There are 18 dot letters. One like 19 is there, but dot letters 18. It could damage. So they didn't use it, but they use as a consonant, as a pure consonant they use. So we need to imagine it, or we need to understand that it could be while the readers are reading, we need to imagine and we need to deliver. It's very hard.
So often you don't know which vowel is there, no?
Yes.
A.
Yes, not much vowels or more used as a consonant. So it is very difficult part by writing this leaf by the Maharishis, and they wrote the leaf very very precise. They need the content need to be precise. It need to be grammatical part. It need to be poetical part. It needs to be syllable or some phonetics. Everything they inbuilt in this as to give the essence for the palm leaf. It is like a treasure. No, when we read, it should not be read as a consonant. We need to like a prose. It need to be like an essence for the life. It's like a message, hidden message. So he has given a kind of hidden message in between the verses for them, and to make that beautiful in the life. But there is the main thing for the Maharishi to help the people, to give the right guidance to fulfill the seeker's destination.
And do you think they wrote them all by themselves?
All by themselves, all by in the past. Oh, it is not a one-day job connected. It's not a one-day job connected. This is a regular job. Morning after the prayer shower, they used to write all day. They also have kind of mud to go to sit there, because in the ancient time their works were appreciated or recognized and respected most. So they used to they had a bigger responsibility to by their knowledge, wisdom to help the future. So every day they had a task to write. So they wrote their leaf by themselves. Each Maharishi, there are different Maharishi, they wrote by themselves. Nowadays it is preserved in the library in India, especially in south part of India. It preserved after 50 years or 100 years, pre-written, and it is preserved in the library. Pre-written, and it's saved.
I also heard stories that sometimes leaves just appear, that they write themselves. What do you think of that?
So we have not seen it as directly, but we know, but many circumstances it changes connected. For same person, the leaf which was we read 10 years before or 8 years before, the same leaf when we take the same Maharishi again, what they change in their life, again it was changed in something magic. Then we see, this is what the leaf called, how we are growing. the leaf is also growing, the content also growing, the content also change. So it is not like magic, but I say it's like a miracle. It happens some kind of miracle. It's quite few of a magic also connected. It doesn't know how it is happening, but it happens connected. Sometimes we read the first reading, there's some kind of blocks and those aren't connected. The second time when we read after a few years, it changes the verse or the content in a positive way. After the remedy, it changes connected. Sometimes the leaf someone is positive disappears, the letters disappear, only that leaf disappears, then we need to remove. Or it somehow when we are taking the bundle, it fell down. So it happens. So that means how the leaf in the plant, from the tree is falling down, like it falls when we open it. That means we need to understand this palm leaf not existing more, so we need to remove it. Then we will leave into the water. So connected to Rameshwaram or some kind of holy water, we leave in the water, or sometimes we keep in the temple, back in the temple.
And how are the leaves preserved? Because they exist in a very long time already. What makes them so durable?
So in the beginning, the people doesn't know what the real content. This is now the fourth generation. The palm leaf are read for the people. The fourth generation connected. So if we calculate the one generation like 33 years means the fifth generation is upcoming connected. So this the last 200 years, we can say the last 200 years only the palm leaves were known by the people. How to use the palm leaf. There is some messages by the Maharishi for the people. Before that, there is a content, but we doesn't know it. Some of the bundles were thrown out. So there is a king called King Sarvoji from Tanjavur. From Tanjavur, he's from north. So he ruled. When he was ruling, so he was taken the step to preserve the bundles. And some of the bundles were thrown in the river or outside the king's palace or outside the temples also. They throw because they doesn't know that what the content is. Then after knowing this information, there is some kind of information which was given by the Maharishi, divine message for the people. They are recollected. This is how we also got Tirukural from the sages Tiruvalluvar who wrote. They collected again, and we have this. The same way, this bundle is also collected, recollected, it is stored and preserved by the kings. Now it is preserved by the government and also from the libraries in India. It is preserved. There are private libraries and also there are governmental libraries which was dedicated to it's like a treasure of our country.
Yes.
So they wanted to preserve. So they used to preserve with oil or different materials to preserve it. In the library, in the rack, is called rack. We can arrange it based on a complete category or Maharishi, like a book, like a library, they are preserving. And now it is happening as a modernity, digitalization. So they are making the scanning or digitalization also is, they are in process of making, it is still in process.
And I really like how the palms are really treated like treasures. People treat them like something very, very precious as they are. But I'm curious, who actually owns the palm leaf? For example, these bundles that we have here right now, who owns them?
So each library has an access. Each library has an access. We need to register. When we have a community, with that community we need to register to get an access from the library. And there is a broker, a mediator who goes there to bring the bundles, who shuffles within the libraries. We have a kind of mutual understanding within the libraries. So how this means? We can hire only the bundle, but it is not that we own it, only we hire. So for a temporary reason, we can hire for 2 months or 3 months or 6 months, like that we can hire, we can keep. So until we have that the information of the client, we know that the client will come, so we have the content of this bundle or the thumbprint, then after a few months we need to shuffle it. Within the library we need to shuffle, or we give the bundles back to the library. So the main library we give, and then again if we need, we'll borrow again. So there is, even though there is a different palm leaf libraries, we have some kind of competitions are there, but it is a mutual understanding within the libraries that we need to give the bundles which each other, shuffle the bundle with each other, help, because it is not ours, it is we are hiring. We need to help a seeker who comes for getting the library the leaf. Sometimes a client is supposed to come with my library goes to someone's library. But if the bundle is with me, so I need to give the bundle or lend the bundle to them. So like it's a kind of mutual understanding within the libraries to help. Because the main motive is a kind of a mutual agreement also we can say. So the main motive to help the seeker to get the guidance connected.
And I'm very impressed that in this system where these bundles are constantly moving, they're still always in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
To be found by the seekers.
Everything it is predestined and pre-prescribed. So we may have some kind of intuitions. Even sometimes readers may have some kind of intuition. Sometimes we also feel it. Today, this bundles or someone may come in this connected or in this aspect or in this problematic also. There is some kind of, because when we connect with the spiritual. So before starting a work, we used to pray with the dhyana, meditation, prayers, we chant the mantras, and we get the blessing from the God. We usually go pray to Lord Shiva. So it is not a kind of discrimination within the God. So why is mostly Lord Shiva means Shiva is not only like a god for us, it's also like a master, is a teacher. That's why it's called as a Siddha. It's Adi Siddha. Adi Siddha means the first Siddha. We consider the first Maharishi as Lord Shiva. The second Siddha, other Maharishi only the Agastya and 18. But mostly the spiritual path, Shiva is a god, but is a teacher, is a Siddha. He's also Siddha. So we take his knowledge, his blessings to start. Then we pray to the Agastya connected. So mostly most of the palm readers have their mentor, the master itself Agastya. Mm-hmm. So for us also, master is Agastya. So he's a foreigner. He's a father, like a father. Then other Maharishis are there. It doesn't mean that we don't like other Maharishi. We like them, we respect them, but there is some kind of particular specification. So he's a father, so this is the initiation started from him. So we respect Agastya Maharshi more. So from other Maharshi also we get the knowledge and we develop ourselves. And these bundles, but it's a gift, it's a treasure given by them for the universe, yes, for the people to help to find their way when they are lost, in fact, when they doesn't know which direction to move on or how to find the solutions, what decision they need to take. When it's a crucial situation, they need to take a decision. This palm leaf helps a vital role for them.
And the palm leaves contain different chapters. Usually in the first reading, the general chapter is read, which is the summary of the entire life, and also the remedies are given. But at a later point, someone can come and read additional chapters. So if a month or two after reading, you give back the bundle, what do you do if someone comes back and wants to have an additional chapter read later on?
So the first reading, if someone goes, Maharishi has given a kind of specific name. We call it Podu Gani. Podu means general connected. It's called general reading, but it is not thing, it is just general, it's a detailed only, but the name itself is a general reading connected. Because the Maharishi doesn't want the seeker, the first attempt, to get all the complex things at a time. So the things in a basic topic, like a major points, they used to write 2 to 3 years of intervals. So major point in the main chapter, it's called main chapter, general canon. After the mention, we find the lake, we deliver the message for the seeker. The 2 to 3 years of interval, till the end of the life, the seeker can receive the message. When the seeker wanted to know more about a particular things, if they wanted to know about their job situations and business, if they wanted to get a detail, they need to have the chapter readings, like chapter 10. If they wanted to know about the families, they can go for the chapter 2. So if they wanted to know about the children, chapter 4. Like that, each chapters they written in a different bundle. So from the main bundle, we need to have the reference number. So with this is a guidance route. So it's from one book, reference with another book. So one bundle with referring another bundle connected. So that bundle we need to take. We need to be prepared for that chapter reading. So there are 14 chapters. But the first chapter is called the main chapter. The second chapter is called related to the families, health, education, families, money, wealth connected. The first chapter is general connected. We can know about the family, parents, siblings, health, money, wealth connected. The chapter 3 is connected to the siblings, with their brother, sister, their life, how their marriage life, or how their career, how their relationship with us, to know about the chapter 3. Then chapter 4 related to the mother, and also our private life is called the sexual life, sexual happiness connected, and also related to the properties connected. This to know about, we can get the chapter 4 and we can get a detailed message. Chapter 5 related to kids, children. So if we have a block for having a child, or when we have a child, what kind of gender of the child will be there, how the child, if the child is already born, what kind of career the child will be there, what kind of positions, how the health will be there related to them, we can know in chapter 5. Chapter 6 is related to our loan, debt, or health issues, diseases connected. So if we have diseases, what are the solutions to overcome the diseases in general? But also there is an Aushadha Gana which can be explained related to health with the remedial measures. What kind of Siddha medicines or Ayurvedic medicine, natural medicine you can take. In Aushadha Gana we can take, but it's a small version you can get in chapter 6 as well.
So Aushadha Gana is a special chapter.
Special chapter. This is called chapter. But someone would like to know even more, and the remedial medicines itself. This is, it talks about the health and the some one or two remedies, the solutions related to health. And if we have a loan, how to overcome the loan, the solutions connected, when it will be solved. If we have an enemies, how to protect from the jealousy, enemies, or if we have legal issues, also chapter 6, how to overcome in the court case legal issues also, we can get the information in chapter 6.
And so also the first general chapter might speak about all of these things.
All the topics, it will be talked in the general. First chapter itself, all the topic will be taught. So when someone would like to get in detail of a specific topic, they can go for chapter. Chapters are related to marriage, what kind of partner, how he looks, what are the identifications, where will he be, what kind of job, what is in identity, what kind of character, whether it is a spiritual or non-spiritual. This kind of information we'll get in chapter 7. And chapter 8 related to the life in the danger or destiny. So what kind of threat and danger may come, or the longevity, how long we have the possibility to live. So because if we know, it is not, but usually we don't read chapter 8 because there is also a different message on another Maharishi, because when we know about the death and death circumstances, the living life will be chaos or problematic. We will be thinking about it and it will be a suffering. But some seekers would like to need that information because they wanted to complete their duties or responsibilities for their families or the kids and other before they leave. So this kind of chapters we usually recommend after the age of 65 or 70. If they are willing, we used to talk about the chapter 8. So because they wanted to prepare, they wanted to know, to be prepared before they leave connected. And chapter 9 related to the father.
Wait, I have a question about chapter 8. Because you just mentioned something very important that many people, I think about, like, does the palm leaf tell me when I die? It's a question we often receive. So you just said, yes, the palm leaf will speak about the moment of death. And important question also, is it fixed, or can this also be changed?
So in the palm leaf, whatever it is written by the remedies and by our steps, by our good karma, we have the possibility to change. It is a destiny. It is a destiny. That's what the uniqueness of this palm leaves. So there is some kind of destiny is there. It is written that there. So if you clean that block, there is a chances to improve it, to change the destiny for a better survival or better longevity. This is what the uniqueness of this bundle or the palm leaf. So this is what the main focus of the Maharishi to write. So it is not to know only there is a problem, there is a danger, or you may be passed in this way, or in these circumstances, or in this health. This is the health problem. This kind of health issues may come. But it is not that we need to take, my life is done. Not, we don't need to take it like that. So it is a kind of information for you as a man to know this is the thing is going to happen. Is a possibility, but you have the chances by the remedies to change it, to improve it, But it is not by only the prayers and pujas, but also you need to be prepared by doing the good work, good karma, if you are spiritual and doing the good service. So this is most important, the dharma. Dharma means helping others or charity, good work doing, and going in the right path, right service doing. So this also can help you. Taking a, when you know there is a health problem, this danger may happen, you can take according to the food supplement. You can go to the yoga, walking, exercises, and other things, natural things you can take to improve your life, which can avoid your life threat and life danger. So there is also another message from other Maharishi because Devatal agadi ininu moyarchi than may varta kulidal. So this is the verses from Tiruvallur. So what does it mean? Means even God denies, even God says no. If you put your effort, if you give your effort and work on it, He melts, He changes His mind, and He definitely bless you to be good. So this is the verses by the Tiruvallur, Saint Malur. Devatal agadi. If say, if not possible by even by God, but for that reason, if you're working on it, still it's not possible. But even though you're putting your effort to work on it, definitely again the destiny can change. You will be blessed to achieve it, to receive it like that.
So if we make a lot of sincere effort, kind of God will help us and
for
make the
sure.
change.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
That's beautiful. And would you also say that certain karmas are more fixed than others? Are some karmas more easy to change than others?
There are some karma which we can easily change, connected is so some karmas are very strong connected according to my experience in this PalmLeaf for 14 years, connected. So why means there are Kudamba dosham, Pitru dosham connected, or Putra dosham. These are considered as a very stronger dosham or strong karma. Why it is stronger karma than others means there are Mangala dosham, we can fix it because it is also complex, but somehow comparing to that, these are minor.
Mangala dosha is like
marriage block, Mangala dosham, Sarpa dosham, Sarva dosham. We can do some kind of remedial measures. It is related to dependence on us and our partner too.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the Pitru dosham or Kudumba dosham or related
Pitru dosham is
ancestral connected, Pitru Bali, ancestor.
and Kudumba dosha is
Family connected. There someone did. Kudumba dosham is family block connected, related to the family members. So they carry. It could be done by our parents or grandparents dosha. It is also affecting. It's circle. So what the father did, the good karma can affect the children. If they have bad karma, the bad karma can affect their children as well. So we need to clean that. It is not our karma, but we are trying to clean and heal someone's karma. It is more challenging, more difficult. And also Pitru, we need to do the certain aspect of rituals to clean that Pitru dosham connected also. And Putra also the root, the future of your child. So that is also a stronger block. So some seekers may try, they would like to have their child, but there is a stronger block to have the child in their life. So sometimes, many times, we experience a miracle also happened for the seekers at the age of 44 also, or 45. So usually above 40 to have the child, usually it's not possible, it's less chances. But sometimes having a child at 44, 45 at their age is not usual, it is unusual. So many times our seekers have happened for them having a child by cleaning the dosha or the block at the age of 44 and 45.
And would you say, is there a difference between karma that's resulting from one action? Let's say in a past life, I killed someone on a battlefield. That's like one strong action. Or karma that happens over a longer period of time. Like, for example, someone in a past life, a priest, over 10 years was always stealing the money from the donations. No, it's like a one-time strong action or a long-time action. Is there a difference between those?
There are differences, but the karma is both karma. So karma, both are karma connected. We can't compare this is less karma, this is bigger karma. We can't differentiate it. So the karma is karma. So it could be killing someone also is a stronger karma. Stealing also, stealing someone's things also, stealing also is a karma. Both are stronger karma according to the karma way. But the impact, how much the trouble we have given for others, how long we have given the troubles for others, such long in this life experiencing will be the period of the karma existing will be the right. How we did the karma for others, it could be killing us, and this kind of karma for us also reflecting will be there. So it is like a mirror. So what we need to understand here, the karma means the mirror, the reflection which we give and which we take. So there is also another message by the Rishis. Sometimes if we do the wrong things, bad things in the karma for others, God forgive, God bless us, forgive our mistake, but karma won't. So sometimes they give the value towards the God. God also can forgive and bless us, but the karma won't. Somehow it has an actions. But what we are praying is to give that reflection back is less, not to be strong as we did in the past. So that's what we are praying, to minimize it. Sometimes it doesn't mean after the rituals and remedies, all the karma is clean or wind in a day itself, not like that. Whatever you need to experience in a stronger way, or big problem, big impact should come, it will be minor. So you will be experiencing minor impact. If there is a karma that you may having a threat or accident or major issues, it could be having a small injury, or might be escaping from that bigger danger chance. This is what the impact of karma. So but we need to remember what we did in the past for the partner, for people stealing or business cheating or harming others in a wrong way or getting that same come in this life as a reflection. There is no partiality. For karma, it doesn't allow as free. It is not a free. It doesn't say that the karma can clean or wind away completely. So it has an impact.
Yes.
The impact will be minor. So that's what we are praying. So the prayers and remedial measures to give it less. I did something bad, something I need to experience because I need to learn it. I need to learn from that karma. So what I did, I need to learn. So to change myself, transform. So I need to get it less. Then I need to learn to make my life better.
And would you say, is the action more relevant or the intention behind it for the karma?
The action and intention also. The intention also, the karma plays a big role. Intention also, what we do also, and what we do, the action also will come. So it is not that we should not compensate. I did less karma and less will come connected. So we doesn't know how the karma reflect. So in what our sense it could be we did a smaller things or smaller bad things for others. But for the receivers, it could be a bigger problem, bigger. So in their perspective, it can affect us in a bigger way also. So we should not say, I just stolen or 1,000 rupees from a person. I didn't stolen a million from them. We should not compensate into the value, even though it is a small. For the what we have it for the reserve, it could be a big loss, large changes, troublesome. So for that karma will come. We should not compensate here. I did less and less will come out. So the karma can reflect in bigger way. It depends upon how for whom we did, to whom we did, or what person we did. If a person in a God believer or good person, good soul, or good karmic person, we did something bad, that karma can reflect in a bigger way in our life also.
And I think we often see karma as black and white, no? Like, I do something good, good things happen to me. Do something bad, bad things happen to me. But actually, it's much more complex, no? Many in between flavors, I think.
Yes, famous is that there is the life itself. The life itself will mean with the good and bad. So good and bad, ups and downs, good karma, bad karma. Because that's what we are human. So if you can do only the good karma and good work, we might be saint or angel or connected sadhu or connected to the God. So we will be elevated. That's what the God says. So try to mold yourself to do the good work. It comes by habitual and practice. One day you ought to become as a God. So nowhere else we can find this kind of messages in the world, but here the Maharishi from the God's message. It is a transformation. The message from the God, the Maharishi says, the God said like this. So if you do the good work or good, then you are also God. So like Him. So He's not compensating the God as a different or superior, making us as a human superior like Him. So bigger like Him. That's what we are doing good. So we can compensate because as a human being we do mistake. For that we do some kind of patch. We patch it to do the good work. So it is not that we should not take it as an advantage. I do bad, or again I did something this, and I do this good work to compensate. If we have that mentality, it's a wrong motivator. So we cannot compensate. If we do knowingly or unknowingly something wrong, so when we realize, so we need to realize that mistake. So this is what I did the wrong. So this is because without realizing doing is worthless. If you do many good work, is worthless. You need to realize this is a mistake. I need to change. I need to avoid it in the future. I really regret. I really regret for that mistakes what we did for the person or my friend or someone else, for the family or partner. So then we regret in doing that good work only it can be applicable. So only we need to regret, feel sorry, then you need to do that good work. Then only it can be composite. Unless it is not a deal that do the wrong mistake. For that I did good work, not like that. There are some people they tell they do the wrong things and mistake, and when we go to the temple and do the charity, for example, helping giving a money for a charity organization, it happens good, but it is not like that because we need to do it. It's a good work that they are doing, but they need to do it in a good intention or a positive intention to really to help their kids. To really help that families connected or connected, because we do different dana, so children or orphanages, for the cow, for the animals, like we do some dana, or for poor people connected dana. But it is not to hide our sins and mistakes. So we regret. Okay, I did something. I need to do it not to do it one day. Some people yearly they do all the bad things, and one day they go and do the good things. We can't compensate like that. It's like selfishness. There is a selfishness is to get. It is not. We can do ourselves for our happiness, but divine God knows who we are.
It's our
divine God
intention.
knows who we are. What is our intention? What we are doing? It is the right way, right sense to do this karma, good karma. So we should not do like that also. So we should do really from the soul to help the people in order to do the good work for them.
Would you say that creating positive karma through helping others will ultimately also help us to change our negative actions?
Yes, of course, because when we have that intention itself, so it is not in one day intention. When we have the intention to do it, because someone can pretend to be good. So you can pretend to be good one day, 2 days, 3rd day, and if he's doing 48 days, it lives for him for a few months and a year. It is pretending. It could be in acting, or it could be doing it for the sake, but it changes. When you have mentality to be good or good karma, helping people, charity work, it automatically changes. It's making a preparation. So it is not a preparation in a day, but it goes in a while, for days, months and years. It prepares. So then one certain time, he feels, when he look back, it is drastic changes in his life, big changes in his life. Oh, I was like this person in the past. Now I feel myself change. I feel good. So now I'm positive. So there is a good appreciation, good respect. So that life itself changes. I say that I experience in my relatives or friends also there is some kind of changes. In my life, personal life also, I felt this kind of changes when you are doing pretending to be good and changing to be good in our life. Connected is that. So it is not, but it is also kind of karma. It is a good karma. So at the beginning, it might be the intention. Okay, I need to do this work in order to clean our karma. So if it is happens as a habitual, as a life, Yeah, actually, it is a good work and good karma. Yes.
And I've noticed in the remedies of the palm leaf readings, the different types of remedies given. Some are practices that we can do by ourselves. Some are ceremonies that can be performed for us, for example, a fire ceremony by a priest. And some are also like very simple actions, for example, to feed 5 cows or to buy marriage clothes for a young couple. And sometimes I'm wondering if both the practices, but also these simple actions,
Yes.
if we would do the same action without a palm leaf reading, sometimes I feel like that it would not have the same karma clearing effect.
Mm-hmm.
But because we do it as a remedy from the palm leaf reading, it's as if the Rishis are also helping us. Is
Yes,
that
of
true?
course. The Rishis are also, of course, helping us. Not only in terms of there's some kind of certain blocks which was mentioned in the palm leaf, we do as a remedy, but also the Rishis guiding and blessing us from the divine to do it in our way through us, because we should not say sometimes all the places the God can be appear to do in a realistic form. When we have the belief, we can be done, but any form, by through any person. It could be you too. So you too, as a soul, could be a person responsible on doing the work of divine on his behalf, or the Maharij's behalf, or God's behalf connected. It is a guidance also through the way of Mama. So there is a certain pujas that you can do this. There is a given that you need to put your work, hard work, homework, to clean that block in a remedial in a daily basis connected. This is simple. Again, we can explain as a comparative like a profession. When you're a doctor giving a prescription, the pills and medicines, you need to take in a daily basis. Like that this certain prayers, worshiping the God on a daily basis that you need to do, that you need to clean yourself, personal inner. So that you need to be habitual and practice. It's what the remedy is given by the Father Seeker, that they need to do in person to heal themselves. It should start from themselves. And some remedy measures are very complex, based on the mantras and rituals, which need some kind of training. So it was already run by the priest, by the Vedas, mantra. They used to do the perform rituals connected. That's why they used to do on behalf of you. So it is you need to do, but on behalf of you, they are doing because they are already learned that rituals. We need to say it is like a surgery. So pills you can take when there is an operation surgery. Those who are well, the doctor, there is a professionist. So profession, those who are already trained for it. So the priests are already trained. The duties for them is to do the rituals for us on behalf. They do the rituals in the temple. So they are meant for it, born, or they are the duty responsibility given for the priest to heal or do the karma by the rituals and mantras. So that's why the mantras will be a certain periods of mantra which if we don't do, so they do on behalf to clean our karma, and they do the homa and the rituals on behalf of us. They do to clean our. So we need to believe sometimes. So self-study, we can take the pills and tablets or medicines or whatever the treatment we can take. So for surgery, we need to depend on some other, like a priest. So here we can substitute like a priest. They are doing that for us to heal us. Homa, ritual. Sometimes we give the food for the cow. So the cow is called Kamadhenu in India. So it is like a mother, it's a god. So why it is god means, so the most of the kids when we are born, we get the feeding, breastfeeding from the mother. So the mother is feeding, but half of, we can say half or majority, 30% depends upon the cow as a baby from the beginning, from a child. So it's the most important feed we get, nutrition we get from the cow's milk. So if you are getting the milk, it's giving the milk is usually the mother feeds the child, like that the cow needs to feed its little one. But we are taking it because we are like a child for the cow. So the cow is a mother. So when we like to develop a motherly bonding with a child and a mother, or when you like to get pregnancy, when we have like to get a child, we used to consider the cow as a mother. So we need to get the energy of the mother. So that's why it is recommended to give the fruit feeding or some vegetables for the cow. But also it is also Kamadhenu to God. Kamadhenu, which is connected to, it is called Kamadhenu is connected with crore, like 10 millions of God in one body, like that we say. So we used to worship all gods in the form of cow like this. It's a bull cow. We call it the Nadi or bull cow. So bull is a messenger also. Bull Nadi is a messenger. So we can worship as a messenger, as a mother, as a god, as a Karma to bless us to clean our karma. And also we used to have to do the Sumangli Dan, so giving the saris or giving the clothes for the married couples. It is a blessing because when we get the blessings, what is the sense of that giving the clothes means? If someone, we need to give it for someone to make them happy and to get the blessing. But on my person, if we know someone, we can give it as a sweet also, and we can ask them, bless us that my marriage life also to be happy or good like you. But it's become as a tradition. We need to give something for them to make them happy. It's a great, it's a kind of token of respect. Also, we can say respecting them or honoring them or making them happy by giving us some. So the dharma is giving some clothes and asking their blessings. Make their our life like them, like marriage. Or Sumangali, those are married, to getting that blessing to the women for marriage and child connected, they can get the blessing. So this is a kind of customs. So it is a words, our words has a power. It needs to be a good word, a positive word. So when we are happy, we can give the good word, the good may happen. That's all has an asarity. Behind it is asarity. Whatever we tell, it may happen. So good, if we tell good, good may happen to someone. If we tell bad, bad may happen. So we get the good blessing from others to happen a good life for us. It could be in a marriage. That's what the remedial measures prescribe like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more question about the remedies. So the homas and also the yantra pujas or the atmashanti puja that can be performed on behalf of someone by a trained priest. I personally definitely experienced the powerful effect of that, and I also understand that it's an art of knowing how to invoke certain energies through these rituals that the priests are trained in. But I think many Western clients, especially those who grew up in a Christian tradition, because in the Christian tradition, many centuries before, church was asking for money and then people would escape from hell. So many people have a trauma about this, and they feel like this feels strange. So I pay money, they pray for me, and then I get better. So it's a bit hard for that mindset to understand that this is like a surgery, like a doctor now.
Yes,
Explained. What would you recommend to someone who struggles with that concept?
So here we should not see it in a religious base. Any religious, if we have the faith and the belief, we can and follow that customs. The most important, we need to be dedicated. We need to be faithful. We need to be God-fearing, connected, and we need to believe that there is a problem, and we are praying for that problem. It needs to be healed, or it needs to be resolved. The karma resolved. We need to be clean. We need to make better. So to make ourselves, we need to believe that it is a rituals to make our life better and improvement connected. That's the first. It could be in any religious forms or customs also. So why the mark given this remedial measures? They are from the Indian South part, the followers of Hinduism and the God connect. Even though they had a wider wisdom connected, as they come across this path to reach the divinity. So they followed that path and they had guided us in this path and direction for that. Not in a spiritual, we need to see in a broader sense, the spiritual rather than the religious way connected. Some rituals are there. So why it will be done by the priest? They are trained. In the ancient time, they are given a different duties. So you need to be a teacher, you need to be a doctor, so you need to be a mason, so you need to do building. So different job, you need to be in agriculture, food, so you need to make that. Like that, it is a duties for the priest. So you need to be priest, your duty for doing the rituals in the prayers for the people and help them to clean their blocks connected. You need to be a tool. It's a tool, your tool to help them. This is a job as a duties for them. So that's why they are performing all day to help us to overcome the different blockages connected in their life. So some homa is very common. We can help the seekers to make their life easier, because if we learn, because the priest can learn the Vedic rituals and mantras, sometimes 3 to 5 years, or sometimes they go for their lifetime until young age. They go for the Brahmins, young age, till they become as an adult or graduate. It's like a graduation also. Where they may be starting in a very young age. You can't believe at the age of 6 or 7 they start, and they start till the age of 22 or 25 until get married. Then some priest also chances is that they come to this as a priest, as a profession during their marriage age. It could be at the age of 21, for example, we can say. So until that, so it is not one day course, it's a 15 years. So we don't need to wait 15 years to clean our karma. We need to, all the people wanted to remove their karma zoom in a quick. So to make it shorter, the priest helps us by his work of training. His training, a long training, helps us by the homa. So why it is 5 is, we can heal the karma in a 5. It's an element connected, 5 elements. Panchabhuta, we call Panchabhuta 5 elements. Fire connected the energy, one of them. We can clean some of the by the water, by the air, talk, communication connected, by the sand energy connected, by akasha, energy from the divine. So the fire is kind of glowing to heal the karma, to make us purity, the energies, to spread the light and energy. So fire homa is a kind of light energy for cleaning the karma. So we used to do the homa. Atma Shanti is connected to the souls, the dead souls, those who are not with us, a loved one, those who are not with us. It's a kind of respect in the Hindu tradition to make their soul in a better place, and also seeking their blessing and helping for the reincarnation. It will be done on the seashore, the water place connected to heal. So it is connected to the water and the divinism. It's a belief that it goes to the soul. It helps the soul to be in peace, in a good place, and to bless us, to help that energy to convey to the family for the future generation. It will be done by Atma Shanti, soul resting. And also the mantra puja. Why this mantra puja will be done for longer days means some problems, some health issues will be healed quickly. Some karma, so karma usually takes a longer. It is not a one-day process. It needs to be done continuously. So they used to pray with the yantra and do the rituals continuously for 40 days, 1 mandala, 96 days, 2 mandala, 108 days. It's a spiritual number, so 108 days, or 144 days, 3 mandala, or 196 days, or 244 days. Like that, it based on mandala. Mandala means 48 days, we can't say 2 mandala, 3 mandala, 4 mandala, 5, based on the karmic level, karmic impacting level, or sometimes they may have 2 years of block, so there is, according to that, the remedial measures will be. Sometimes there is a dosha in the block for 7 years or 7.5 years. It's called a Saturn. It's called a Sunny, Yelra Sunny. Yelra Sunny is 7.5 years Saturn. The longer block will be. To minimize, it may take a longer section of rituals also we need to heal it. So that the priest will do continuously to remove that blockages from us. It takes some time. So we should not think it's done in a day. It takes a continuous process. It may affect. But during the mantra puja process, some clients can experience that it already changed my life. Sometimes after that also it may take another one section also to clean their block. It depends upon their karmic level, according to cancer.
And is it beneficial to repeat remedies more than once, or doing once is enough?
Usually, there is some kind of basic level will be there, the rituals given. If they do once, is mostly enough at that circumstances. But after 3 years, after 5 years, different problem may come. So because the life is not the same ever. So every time we have a different wishes, different need, different changes. When we are performing the pujas and rituals, we do the praise for what at that moment, at that circumstances, at that level, what we have, the karma we are cleaning. But at that point, up to now, from the past life, up to now, from the birth on, until when we are getting the reading, the karma we are cleaning. After 2 to 3 years, we do different karma, different problem, different mistake may happen. At that time, our life has a possibility to change in a different, slight, not a big change, slight different, to go in the wrong path. Again, we do the rituals, it also helps them, benefit them to make their life again the right path. So it is not we go on the path always in right. We go on the right path for half of the way, After we may deviate, again we need to go in a right path. We need to understand this. Again we need to guide them by the rituals to right path, to focus the right direction, to fulfill their goal, their purpose of their life. So the main intention of the palm leaf to clean their karma and to help to know their purpose and help them to fulfill their purpose in this life for the betterment of the future incarnation or to get the liberation called moksha.
Beautiful. These are very powerful tools to work on our karma and our destiny and how we are experiencing life. And whoever watches this right now already knows about the palm leaves. But still, the majority of people in this world, they will never even hear about the palm leaves. So what makes someone hear about the palm leaf and has the karma to actually have a reading? And what about those who never even hear about them?
You know, first of all, we need to understand this in a deeper way, because if there is everything is predestined. If there is a destiny for them to know, at that time they has a possibility to know about this palm leaf. It is connected. So it is not that some people know they are blessed. So it is a seeking. It is a destiny. So we have the chances to know about the palm leaf, about the Rishis, about the God connected. As we mentioned, only the last 4 generations only the palm leaf is known by the people, or it is delivered, the message delivered by the readers or Swamitis to the people. It doesn't mean that it is only for the last 200 years. It was written by the Maharishis 2000, 3000 years ago, because Agastya Maharishi's lifetime 4000 years ago, but still is exist. Or related to Patanjali Maharishi's approximately 5000 years, because he's a yoga. He's different path, different life connected. Patanjali Maharishi connected. So like that, the other Maharishis, Bhavagar 2000, 2500 before his life connected. He was born or is connected. So when we know about it, that means these are written in many centuries ago, but still somehow by the scholars or our ancestors or kings, they preserved it for this century. Only now, the last 4 years, only we know about the palm leaf is spreading the word. Now it is spreading by modern technology, because it is not in the ancient. It was in a person to person. So only the person by words, by mouth, they come to know about it and they come now. So now only the last 50 years, we can say 70 years, the last 70, after 1950, we can say the technology much developed. After 1970 only we can say even it was spread, technology, mobiles, internet connected. So now the people has an awareness to know about it. I think this is some kind of practical lagging we see. It's a practical lagging about the human connected. But all the people have some ability to reach it. So that's what the intention of Maharishi, to help the people universally, to make this universal better, the people better, but it is not in religion. From Maharishi's perspective, they are oneness, one. It is not in a different religions or different country connected. So there is a site called Karmic Blockages. So he's saying that all the living beings in the world are my brothers and sisters. I belong to not only my nation, but I also belong to your nation. So like he's telling. So there is no differentiate. So there is no differentiate with me and with you. So you can have a different nationality, or you may be following different religions. It's like a name as an identity, but I and you belong to the same community, same universe, same. So we are oneness world. So we have only one world, oneness community, oneness. Like this, his philosophy, his messages. So I like that the Maharishi also says retreat and give the guidance. So now there's the people from the different path knowing and spread the word of Maharishis and connecting with this wisdom, spiritual wisdom.
And what do you think is the reason that some nationalities are much more connected with the palm leaves? For example, in Germany, it's very known. And other countries or nationalities are not so connected with the palm leaves. I mean, outside of India.
Yes. even in India, some part of India also doesn't know about the palm leaf connected because there are different palm leaves exist in a different part of our Indian states connected. About the Rishis written about the life, about the culture, about the sports, about the language, about poetry, about the grammar. So different exists in different. For example, Oriya, they have a different style of palm leaf connected. In Sanskrit, in the north part, different Maharishis connected. Vishwamitra, Vedavyasa, or Vasishtha. This different part in the north part is even Brigu Samhita also. Some of the transit. Even in India, is also need to be known in some places also. We should not tell abroad is coming. So it could be German. It is they are well known as they have some kind of connectivity, the root and the connectivity. Is in Europe and other countries also there is some kind of strong connectivity to know about it and to explore. Because so the this place where we are now is called Chidambaram. So where the Nataraja is there, and his leg thumb, is called as one of the central point of the world connected. So in ancient times, this is the center. This is the center which the energy can spread from here. He's having a cosmic dance. He's a dancer with a cosmic dance, and also has a Rudra Dandava. He's also dancer Rudra Dandava. Here is a dancer. He's a king of dance. Natarajan is king of dance. So he's spreading the energy from here, from the word divinity, so worldwide connected. And these palms were written from Vaithisaran Coil. Why it is very special from Vaithisaran Coil? This means that Shiva has incarnated as Vaidyanathan, as a healer. Now the Western connected, they know as a healer, doctor, but he has a healer, and Parvati Devi is a Thailanayagi, as a goddess. So lady healer. They are going around villages of Vaidhyeshwaran. At that time, the name is called Pullirkum Velu. Pullirkum Velu, the ancient name. So that he incarnated as a doctor, as a healer to heal the people. So that the Mars, even when the planet Mars is diseased, we need to, as an imaginary mystery, we need to see it as a mystery imagining. He healed the leprosy or the diseases of the planet Mars. That's why the Mars is given the energy later to heal other people. So we go to Vaidyasankar to do the rituals and puja by the Mars. Mars is a plant energy of healing ability. God as a Shiva, as a Vaidyanatha healer. From that, this bundle Agnes too, it is not the life transformation, also to heal the people. We need to take these messages as a healing tool, healing energy connected from that. Then now the peoples from the different parts of the world come to know from reaching. This technology also reaching. But the more connectivity in this region, German, Europe is but in other countries also in the future coming possibilities are that more energy to transform, to connect with this energy.
And is it from here, from Vaidhyeshwaran Coil, from Chidambaram, that the palm leaves then spread to other parts of India and also of Asia? And I also heard that most of the palm leaf readers, that they are in some way related. It's like one huge family. Is that true? Or is it different families?
Vaidhyeshwaran Coil or in India?
In all of India, actually. So true that many of the palm leaf readers in some way are related to each other?
Not only the palm leaf reader only, even as a human being, we are somehow connected with each other. So the whole world, whole universe connected with each other, connected. So there is a root from India to a different part of the world. From different part of the world, the connectivity is there. So it's a connection and the connectivity we see. There is a root, there is a stronger root. From Europe, there is a strong root connection with India. So is India connectivity for a different part in Asia, Thailand or other Asia, China? There is a connectivity. There is some, how we can understand this means. So we are worshipping a kind of, it could be in Russia as well, connected. We worship, how we see, in ancient time, they follow a god connected as sculpture. Nowadays also it is followed. But the same energy, same kind of mantras related, in a differently they are doing. But the Saraswati, we are worship. They also worship Saraswati, the name different. The god we worship Shiva as a linga, they worship the Shiva linga in a different. So there's a Ganesha we worship, there is also Ganesha. There is a symbol of, we have the tradition to worship as a tree, Bodhi, and also connected to a cow. There is also differently in worship, it could be in Egypt, it could be in Russia, it could be in China, it could be in Europe. So there is some kind of similarities we see in terms of sculptures, in terms of God, their appearance connected. That means before us, centuries back, there is some kind of strong connectivity already is there. So we don't need to create something new. So now we know that connectivity. So we are connecting with the people, even with the readers in the north part of India, south part. There is a strong connectivity is there. And also not only the readers, and also the community. The human being itself has a strong connectivity each other in a different role connected. It's a community, it's shuffle, cumulative with one another. That's why the Maharishi used to tell, it is not just by word. The all Indians are my brothers and sisters. We used to tell like that. The whole world is connected with brothers and sisters. We are connected with them. So there is some kind of connectivity as a brotherly and sisterly relationship worldwide connected.
Well, thank you very much, Shyam,
Thank
for
you, sir.
this
Thank you.
amazing conversation.
Thank you, sir.
Again, learned many things.
Thank you,
hope
sir.
it was
Thank you.
also useful for all of our viewers.
Thank you.
Thank you for this precious work you're
Thank
doing.
you. Thank you very much. Thank you.